Hey everyone. Now before I begin this video, let me just go ahead and say that anyone who is watching, it is a pleasure to have you here. Because not only is this video 4 of 15 of the double time schedule, so we're past the 5th of the way there. Are we past the 4th though? I don't know, I can't be bothered to do the math right now. But we are also on video 50. That's right, I have been doing this for 50 videos now. I hope to have 100 by the end of the year, but obviously that didn't work out. It might have worked out had I been on the double time schedule since the beginning of the year, but if wishes were fishes, we'd all be drowning. That being said, unfortunately, I didn't have anything planned for today. It would have been a great time to reveal new assets, for example, but unfortunately, as you know, that didn't work out and won't be ready for quite some time. Still have to do this video and then the rest of the 15. But apparently my friends decided that at least the video subject could be a bit of a celebration. So we're going to go ahead and come back to Ruina. The last time we did Ruina, and also the first time, I didn't even have my microphone yet, though I did switch from the terrible headphone mic. At the time I was using the native microphone because the current microphone didn't arrive yet. In fact, it arrived as the video was being made, so that was neat. In any case, enough dallying. Thank you all for being here, those who have joined us today. But otherwise, let's get right into it, shall we? Well, let's begin, everyone. Alright, let's see, who do we have? Looks like 3 people with Dunes pages. And it looks like we're full up on pages, so I don't reckon we need to do anything. I don't believe we need to fiddle with general annotations yet, nor do I think we can. There we go. Boom. I forgot about the stamp. Alright, now boom. The Brotherhood of Iron. These are my second favorite guys after the rats. Just another bunch of losers down on their luck, but these guys have went too far. Yet you guys should regularly refill your head with brain fluid. A dry brain dulls your thoughts.
요새 정신을 못 차리겠더라고.
I knew I've been feeling so hazy these days.
이번에는 어디를 털어볼 거야?
Where are we going to rob this time?
난 공방이면 좋겠어. 그 공방은 돈도 많고 덤으로 쓸만한 부품들도 구할 수 있으니까.
I think we should go for a workshop. Workshops are rich and they have useful components too.
사무소는 어때? 사무소 깨기 정도는 해줘야 어깨 좀 피고 살 텐데.
How about an office? Well, we should earn some infamy if we take down an office or two.
우리가 털 만한 사무소는 습격해도 변변치 않은 것밖에 못 얻을 걸.
I don't think we'll get anything valuable from the offices we can take on right now.
그럼 식당으로 하자, 식당. 맛있는 거 좋아.
A restaurant then. I like delicious stuff. Oh, Consta.
빡대가리야! 넌 우리가 왜 이런 고철 몸으로 맞췄는지 벌써 까먹었냐?
You moron. Did you already forget why we got our new bodies?
먹는 거나 아픈 거에 신경 안 쓰고 돈 벌려고 그랬지.
Because we wanted to focus on earning without having to worry about food or sickness.
맞아. 오지게 버티는 거야.
That's right. We're enduring like crazy.
이 몸은 뇌수랑 연료만 넣어주고 수리만 해주면 되니까.
These bodies just need brain fluid, fuel, and some repairs from time to time.
최대한 목마름이나 배고픔 없이 돈을 모을 수 있잖아.
We can make money without feeling hungry or thirsty.
그랬지. 거금 들여서 전신 의체를 마련했어.
That's true. It cost a fortune to get ourselves whole body replacements.
그래도 불편해. 뭐 먹을 필요도 없는데 자꾸 맛있는 걸 먹었을 때 기억이 떠오르고 맛보고 싶단 말이야.
But it's still uncomfortable. I know I don't have to eat anymore, but I keep thinking about all the tasty things I had before, and it makes me want to taste them again.
지금은 싸구려 공방에서 구한 의체라 그래.
That's because we got cheap bodies from a cheap workshop.
돈만 더 모으면 돼. 그러면 일단 몸뚱이 말고 더 좋은 거로 갈아타는 거야.
Well, we just have to earn more. That then we can replace our bodies with better ones.
개 비싼 위체들은 그 감정 조절이랑 욕구 차단도 되고 성능도 좋다고 하니까.
The most expensive ones can even adjust emotions and completely shut off desires, on top of having good performance.
그런데 가격이 둥지에 집 하나 구할 정도의 가격이잖아.
But those are almost as expensive as a nest household.
그건 그때 가서 생각하면 돼. 당장은 돈 벌 궁리부터 하라고.
We can worry about that later. Let's focus on money making now.
결국은 다 돈이야.
It's all about money in the end.
그러니까 쓰잘데없이 식당 같은 거 말하지 말라고. 먹고 싶어지니까.
So don't bring up restaurants. You're making me want to eat stuff too.
무슨 종이 같은 게 네 몸통에 껴있어.
Mo, there's a piece of paper stuck in your body.
이 몸뚱이는 감각이 없는 건 좋은데 말이야. 이렇게 대놓고 느껴져야 할 게 안 느껴지는 건 짜증나.
I like how this body doesn't have any sensory systems, but it's annoying to be unable to feel things like this.
무슨 종인지 보기나 하자.
Let's have a look at that piece of paper first.
아까 저절만 해도 네 몸뚱아리에는 그런 게 없었어.
I don't think it was in your body until just now.
혹시 우리가 너무 이름을 날려서 누군가 보낸 암살 예고장 같은 거 아닐까?
Maybe we got too infamous and someone sent us a calling card or something?
아니면 혹시 신메뉴 시식권이라거나.
Or maybe a coupon for yummy new food.
조직이란 게 저런 얼빠진 녀석들로 이루어진 거야? 좀 더 그럴싸할 줄 알았는데.
Are all syndicates composed of such half-witted individuals? I was expecting someone more refined.
조직 나름이지. 도시의 조직이 얼마나 많은데. 해결사의 수만큼 조직도 있어.
It all depends on the syndicate. The city is crowded with them. You could even say there's one for every fixer out there.
그냥 뒷골목 놈들이 대충 모여서 으쌰으쌰하고 이름을 내걸면 그게 조직이야.
A number of thugs gather up and do things under a name, and you get a syndicate.
하는 일도 워낙 제각각이라 특정하기도 힘들지.
They're involved in all sorts of different businesses, so it's hard to give a general description beyond that.
어설퍼. 저것들은 기계야?
They seem sloppy. Are those machines?
생긴 건 저래 보여도 기계나 인공지능은 아니야.
They aren't machines or AI, despite their appearance.
감정과 욕구를 가진 순수한 기계는 도시에서 사라진 지 오래지.
Pure machines carrying their own emotions and desires have long since disappeared from the city.
저 녀석들은 전신의체인 거야. 보안이 굉장히 질 낮은 공방 물건이고.
These guys are just using whole body replacements, and low quality ones from a shoddy workshop at that.
그렇구나.
I see.
좋아. 그러면 손님 응대를 준비해 볼까?
Alright, shall we prepare for the reception?
이곳에 돈 될 만한 것이 있다는 거지?
So we can find valuable stuff here, right?
괴물 녀석들을 썰어버리고 책을 가지고 나오기만 하면 되는 거야.
But we just have to chop up some monsters and take some books.
지금 몸은 힘쓰는 건 잘할 수 있을 테니.
This body has strength, if nothing else.
혹해서 오긴 했지만 종이에 적힌 내용이 다 거짓말일 수도 있잖아.
Well, we came here for loot, but what if that piece of paper was all a lie?
너무 쉽게 믿고 온 거 아닌가 하는 걱정이 든다.
Maybe we were too naive.
그럴 일은 절대 없답니다, 손님.
There is no need to worry, dear guests.
이곳에서는 초대장에 적힌 규칙이 철저히 이행될 테니까요.
In this place, we strictly play by the rules written on the invitation.
깜짝이야.
Yikes.
환영합니다, 손님. 이곳은 도서관.
Welcome, dear guests. This is the library.
전 도서관의 관장이자 사서 엔젤라입니다.
And I am Angela, the director and librarian of my role's namesake.
도서관에서는 초대장에 적힌 책들을 얻을 수 있답니다. 시련을 뛰어넘으신다면 말이죠.
In this library, you may obtain the books listed on the invitation, if you overcome the ordeal, that is.
부자놈들 장난질인 건가? 유흥거리 중 하나인 거지.
Must be one of those ploys by rich folks. It's all entertainment to them.
들어본 적 있어. 뒷골목 녀석들을 납치해다가 누구도 살아남을 수 없는 미국을 만들어놓고 그곳에서 평생 대회하고 싸우게 하다가.
I heard of that. They kidnap people from the back streets, trap them in a labyrinth no one can escape, and make them wander in there, fighting for eternity.
절대 다시 밖으로 나가지도 못하고 죽는다고.
Until they die, never to see light again.
여기까지 온 이상 지를 수밖에 없어. 재수 없는 소리 집어치워.
But we've already come this far. We have to do this. That don't be so gloomy.
그럼 부디 당신의 책을 찾으실 수 있기를.
May you find your book in this place then. 1, 2, 3 floor. The floors that can participate in the reception are shown here. Mo, Consta, Arnold. I know in the cutscenes that almost looked more like a gun, but guns don't show up for quite a bit still. Let's start with Malkuth, right? Why not? And this is where we see zero-cost cards. Where is it? Ah, there they are. Alright, let's begin. I've got a good feeling that we can make it. Who's we? You're alone. My body creaks a lot, but it's still durable. Monsters, I'll chop you all to pieces, but my body is harder than yours, don't you see? And I'm faster than everyone. Let's start with feeling good on Consta. Feeling good. They hit me with a paralyzed. For the duration of the scene, whenever the character plays any combat page, up to one random dice on it has their maximum roll value reduced by 3. Oh, that works way different. Somewhat different than it does in Limbus Company. It's not as scary here, but it's still pretty, what's the word? Dangerous in the early game. Alright, I might have to stop playing around. Commandeering. I should have read what the protection did. Take X less damage from attacks for the scene, so that's the only reason I'm still alive right now. Alright, let's struggle for a bit. Dang. Yeah, I'm definitely dying, but I am going to at least take out Consta here. Or not. I thought I could do this much, but I guess I still have a long way to go. If we have enough money left to spare, how about we go on a short vacation? We're finally getting fancier and tougher new bodies. Let's go to a restaurant to celebrate our victory. I forgot that the enemies actually have win quotes. But alright, let's kill him now. This is a curious place, and quite big too. Monsters will chop you all to pieces, but maybe I'd like restaurant coupons more than books. I'm so upset, I would have swept them away like it was nothing back in the day. This is so frustrating. I'll do my best and you'll do your best to fulfill your own responsibilities. Weird, I wonder why Roland has one... Oh, it's because of his whiskers. Alright, let's kill Consta. Don't even bother playing around with him, and you head for Arnold. I worked like a dog only to die like this. This is so unfair. They were my longtime friends, but this is not the time to be sad over their losses. It's just stupid mechanical bodies. It should be stronger than this. Nailed it, didn't I? I can do it if I try. Pale hands wouldn't do much good here. Scars on Anton. Caress this pain, filling the tub softly. End them. Bleeding 2. For the scene, take 2 damage and subtract a third of the bleed stack every time the character rolls an offensive die. Rounds up. Strengthened 2. Increase the power of offensive die by 2 for the duration of the scene. Shame you're not gonna get to use it. They really must be cruddy bodies if they can still bleed. It's cold. This feels lonely. These hands earnestly want help, yet no one bothers to give them a glance. Alright. Sorry, Mo. I guess you couldn't cut it this time around. Maybe I should have spent more time enjoying my life. Curtain call for the reception of Brotherhood of Iron. Yoon's office representative. 1% chance to boost evade dice power by +1. When did I get those? Or did I already have those? Ironclad Brother. HP -1, stagger resist +1. Determined Challenger. 2% chance to boost stagger damage of each type by +1. Weird. Anyway, see, emotion level bonus. It was only a level of 1, but I still got it. Alright.
고철덩이에 뇌를 집어넣는 건 역시 좋은 생각이 아니야.
See, it's not a good idea to keep your brain inside a hunk of scrap metal.
약한 인간 몸보다는 낫지 않아?
Isn't it still better than a frail human body, though?
원래 몸을 유지한 채로 강해질 수 있는 방법은 꽤 있어.
There are plenty of ways to enhance your body without replacing it for another.
아니, 오히려 선택지가 더 많지. 문신 시술, 의체 부착, 약물 강화 등등. 돈만 있으면 다 가능해.
Heck, there's actually many options. Tattoos, prosthetic limbs, medications and drugs, you name it. It's all possible as long as you have the cash.
하지만 기계로 몸을 갈아타는 것은 일방통행이야. 돌이킬 수 없어.
Replacing your body with a machine, on the other hand, is a one-way ticket you can't ever go back on.
의체라 해도 결국 인간과 닮게 만들어져서는 안 되거든. 바로 인생 밑바닥으로 추락하는 거야.
Robotic bodies cannot resemble humans too closely, even if it's for someone swapping out their flesh. Your life goes down the drain right away.
그러면 언제 뇌를 집어넣는데?
When does one put their brain in a machine then?
하나는 급하게 큰 돈이 필요할 때 자기 몸과 장기를 말 그대로 팔아 넘겨서 목돈을 마련할 수 있거든.
One, when you urgently need a huge amount of money. You can sell off your old body and organs for a good chunk of cash.
두 번째, 오랜 시간 동안 반복적인 일을 해야 할 때 쉬지 않고 기계적인 일을 하기엔 저런 몸이 나쁘지 않다고 들었거든.
Two, when you need to do repetitive work for a long time. I heard mechanical bodies like that aren't bad for that kind of labor.
고장나도 빠르게 교체할 수 있고 직접 욕구도 조절할 수 있으니까 그렇겠지.
Broken parts can be quickly replaced and desires can be kept under control, so it has its merits.
오랜 시간 동안 반복적인 일.
Repetitive work for a long time.
몸이라도 새로 구해보려고?
What, interested in getting a new body?
잠시 옛날 생각이 났을 뿐이야.
No, I was just reminded of my past for a moment. Oh? Apparently obtaining that book was the only requirement for this floor's realization. The Book of Scorched Girl. Not yet. Why do I have so many of these? I mean, I could burn them up if I wanted to, but meh, might as well. Constance page, Mo's page, Mo's page, Mo's page, Constance page, but not a single Arnold page. Dang. Other than that, there's a whole bunch of combat pages. Well, if there's one thing I'm not gonna tolerate, it's moving on without a key page. So let's see. Well, nothing for it. Let's do it again. Alright, burn these books. Not all of them, just most of them. More Arnold's pages and a Constance page. Yep, that's all the key pages I can get. Is that... Is that a different color? I think it is. Where was it again? Credenza? No. The library? Ah, the manual. Not that. I'll just have to click it. I think it might be a limited page, but I'm not sure. Either way. Oh, wait. Shoot. I forgot. Empty the bookshelf. Okay, there. Always have to remember to empty a page once you're done using it. Alright, equip. Let's see, most page comes with Electric Shock. On a successful attack, inflict 1 paralysis at a 25% chance next scene. Once per target per scene. That's not bad, actually. What's Consta's? Same passive. Arnold, same passive. Okay. Oh, and we'll also clear them off. Alright, let's see. It is essential that you have some zero-cost pages. And to charge up is one of the best, in my opinion, for this earlier stage. Let's see. I'll take 1 commandeering and 1 yet you only live once. I'll take 1 good ride up and 1 struggle. Actually, let's drop that to only 2. Actually, no, go back to 3. And 2 endure. Charge up. Endure. Struggle. 1 you only have once. 1 commandeering. Charge up. You endure. 1 struggle, 1 dried up. Commandeering, you only live once. Alright. Alright, Malkuth, time to realize you. Step by step, burn into pitch black char. A warm fireplace, a plentiful dinner, fancy decorations. What will show up when I light the match? It's grasping onto that charred matchstick, like that's its only hope. You'll leave me when the light of the last match goes out, won't you? Alright, last match flame times 2 and Scorched Girl. When a shooting star falls from the sky, it means someone went to heaven. I won. I do hate when these words go off the screen. I can't read them. Let's see. Last match flame. Why do I... Oh, they don't have any passives. Scorched Girl. Dying Flame. Lose 50% of max HP and become staggered when an ally dies. Ashes. Lose all light upon becoming staggered. Yeah, basically you can't kill Scorched Girl directly, you have to take out their matches. Broken Hope, Ember. And in case it wasn't obvious, you are on a timer. If they get to 4 light, they use their 1 card, which, as you can guess, is an instant kill. And with a speed of 6x6, yeah, there is no chance you'll be able to redirect it. Or beat it, or outspeed it. At the end of the scene, take 2 damage and subtract a third of the burn stack. Yeah, burn and bleed are basically the same thing. No, that'll do. It turned to ash in the end, poor thing. Well, the warmth, the feast, the prettiness, all gone. There's nothing left. No, don't take hope away from me. There they go. Suppression of Scorched Girl complete.
어때? 일은 좀 할만해?
So, have the books helped?
네, 조금 어려워도 열심히 분류하고 있어요.
Yep, I'm sorting them all somehow.
다행히 성과는 있는 것 같네요.
It seems to be working, thankfully.
듣기 좋은 소리구만.
Phew, that's good to hear.
근데 전에 피가 흐르는 몸이니 뭐니 엔젤라가 그랬잖아.
By the way, I think I remember Angela saying something along the lines of you earning a fleshy body the last time we met.
넌 인간이 아니었어?
Were you like not human before?
의체 같은 몸이었어요. 다시 돌이킬 수 없는 상태의 모습이었죠.
It was like a replacement body, a change that couldn't ever be reverted.
의체 시술을 받았다가 다시 예전 사람의 몸으로 돌아갔다는 건가?
So you had a brain transplant surgery, but somehow managed to go back to your old human body here?
그것도 대단한데? 이것도 도서관의 힘이겠지?
That's actually pretty impressive, thanks to the library's powers, I'm guessing.
네, 그럴 거예요.
Yeah, I think so.
역시 도서관은 내가 알고 있는 상식이 죄다 무너지는 곳이야.
You can't let yourself be held back by common sense in the library, huh?
근데 되돌아온 몸이 그다지 마음에 들지 않나 봐.
I take it that you don't really like having your body back? You didn't seem too happy back then.
좋죠. 하지만 이런 걸 바란 게 아니에요.
Oh no, I actually do like it. It's just that this isn't exactly how I wanted things to go down.
전엔 무슨 일을 했길래?
What did you do in the past then?
그러게요. 예전의 전 뭘까요?
Yeah, I wonder. What was I in the past, really?
믿기지 않겠지만 이건 제 세 번째 삶이에요.
You wouldn't believe it, but this is actually my 3rd try at life.
도서관과 사서들에게는 많은 역사가 쌓여 있죠.
This library and its librarians have a lot of history behind them.
세 번째라고? 뭐 막 되살아나거나 그런 건가?
Fair try? Can you come back from the grave or something? No, that's not until the next game.
엄밀히 말하면 세 번째로 기억을 더 씌운 거예요.
It's the accumulated memories from my 2 previous bodies that were carried over, to be precise.
예전의 나. 이런 고민은 저도 처음 해보네요.
My past selves. I never really thought about it this way before.
어려운 문제를 떠안고 있구만. 지금의 넌 뭐인 것 같아?
A difficult problem you're facing there. How about your present self?
전 모두의 노력을 물거품으로 만든 무책임한 녀석이에요.
I'm an irresponsible person who let down everyone's efforts.
그리고 분수에 맞지 않는 일로 잘못을 범한 멍청이인 것 같기도 하고요.
And an idiot who tried to reach for something out of my means and ended up causing trouble, I suppose.
잠깐. 왜 갑자기 어두워지고 그래?
Whoa, hold your horses. Let's not get too dark here.
일단 진정하자고.
Let's just calm down for a moment.
천천히 숨을 들이마시고
Take a deep breath.
내쉬고
And let it out. Ah.
들이마시고
In.
내쉬고
And out. Ah.
좀 어때?
Relax now.
덕분에 좀 나아졌어요. 고마워요, 롤랑.
Yeah, it really helped. Thanks, Roland.
당장 어떻게 할 수 없는 일에 대해 연례받자 의미가 없는 걸 제가 누구보다 잘하는데.
I should know better than anyone that it's pointless to get upset over things I can't do anything about.
할 수 있는 일부터 힘내야겠죠.
I gotta start with the things I can take care of first.
좋아. 나도 열심히 할 테니까 예전에 자신에 대한 문제는 천천히 생각해보자고.
Alright, I'll try hard with my work too. Let's take our time with the problem of past selves. Floor of History Realization, level up. From level 1 to level 2, one assistant librarian has awoken. You now have access to new abnormality pages. The emotion level threshold has increased to level 2. A new assignment has been added. Ashes. When hit, single ally. When hit, inflict 1 to 3 burn to the attacker and gain a buff at a 40% chance next scene. Offensive dice inflict 1 burn on hit, does not stack. The charred body represents the child's crumbled hope, while the ever-blazing flame represents the obsession for affection. Footfalls. All allies. When the librarian's HP is at 20% or lower, deal 30% of the target's max HP as damage, maximum 36 damage, and inflict 1 to 3 burn upon approaching them, then die. I am coming to you, you who will be reduced to ash like me. Matchlight. Single ally. The first 2 combat pages the librarian uses after this abnormality page is selected gain the Matchlight status. Excludes on play pages. Whenever the librarian uses a page with Matchlight, gain 1 Ember. Pages with Matchlight become stronger based on the amount of Ember, however they have a 25% chance to damage the user if Ember is at 4 or higher. Well, she's like a ticking time bomb. No one can tell if she's in a good mood or not. I always loved this image. Wait, that's a hand. Someone is patting her. Aw, that's cute. Alright, but nothing else I can do here. What's the assignment? Use abnormality pages on librarians in battle 06. Obtain the book of who knows. While on the floor of general works, unlock all lower floors, 1 of 4. Rise to the rank of an urban myth. and then rise to the rank of an urban legend. While it doesn't take a genius to figure out urban myth must be what's coming next. Wait, I almost forgot. First, whoa, Mirabelle's a tall one. Also a little a little funky looking, but I like that. Cut that out. Alright, key page. Let's go for... Yeah, this must be a limited page, but it really is practically invisible next to the rare pages. Let's go for a Yoon page. Let's see. You only live once. Gut harvesting, dried up, struggle, and endure. Alright, that should do. And nearly forgot. Books. Here we go. Canard, Brotherhood of Iron, Arnold's page. If there's one thing I'm always gonna take the time to read, it's these pages. The city consists of 25 nests. Now, apparently, and sorry for pausing in the reading here, but apparently, while the city does indeed have 26 districts, A through Z, only those who are considered more in the know are aware of the 26th District Z. Especially because District Z, at least on every city of the map that we've seen so far, does not seem to actually appear. So if you're wondering why that's the case here, that's the case here. The city consists of 25 nests and 25 districts of the back streets that surround those nests, and countless offices and syndicates reside in the back streets. You know what's a surefire way for a syndicate to make a name for itself among all the competitors? The simplest method is office raiding. You literally storm into an office and wreak havoc on it. You never know who will be the winner until you fight. It could stop at a good beating and one side surrendering, but some syndicates raid offices out of pure boredom and kill everyone. Each syndicate has its own way of operation. It goes without saying that the syndicate has more fame to gain out of raiding a high-grade office filled with seasoned fixers, so the officers have to stay sharp at all times. But you'll also have to watch it. If you misjudge your opponents, you'll end up dead before you could try anything. Consta's page. What's your favorite food? That's a question I used to ask the most when I still had a human body. I love eating. Talking about food was a huge delight for me. We would share each other's tastes and preferences, and sometimes head to a restaurant for a meal just like that. But now, my body's a machine, as you can see. I can't taste anything anymore. Thanks for pointing that out. Mo told me to stop dreaming about it. I still want to try more delicious foods though. Hot and flavorful, spicy and sweet, stuff like that. I guess this body is too cheap to restrain delusional thoughts like this. If we get more money and change our bodies to new ones, then maybe I'll be able to stop these thoughts from getting in the way of my work. Mo's page. I frankly don't recommend replacing your entire body with a machine, especially with a cheap one. Aside from basic issues such as vulnerability to damage and creaky noises, cheap prosthetic bodies compromise too much. You're basically giving up all the joys of life. Can you imagine? You can't taste anything when you eat delicious food, and you can't feel the softness and coziness of a good bed. You can't feel anything get stuck into your body, be it a piece of paper or a knife. The head remembers those feelings, but you can't experience them again. There are ways to overcome it though. You can buy a desire stimulation chip and plug it in your brain, inject medications, or use other methods. They're just absurdly expensive. You're better off saving up for a more expensive prosthetic body if you really want your senses back. High quality, pricey bodies come with sensory organs. As I always say, it's all about money in this world. If the rats were losers, the Brotherhood of Iron are also losers, but they've decided to really go all in trying to make the world give them something. But in exchange, they gave up everything of their own. In one way, I would say the rats are better off than these guys. In another way, well, they're both quote-unquote dead. And if you play Limbus, you'll understand why I said that. Alright, next up. Let's see, I believe it was this one.
아직도 저번 일 때문에 온몸이 쑤셔 죽겠어.
My whole body's still aching from our last job.
근육통이 생각보다 오래가네. 그래도 어제는 장난 아니었지?
That's lasting longer than I thought. Still, yesterday was wild, wasn't it? I don't remember that logo there before. But yeah, these are the hook fixers. You might recognize this person in particular if you stayed for a particular Walpurgis knot.
그래, 네가 새로 장만한 공방 무기가 성능 하나는 죽여주더라.
Yep, the new weapon you got from the workshop was a real killer, that's for sure.
말도 마. 신나게 날뛰다가 일이 커져서 예상보다 20명 넘게 더 찢어야 했잖아.
You don't say. You got way too excited with it and things spiraled out of control. We had to kill 20 more people than planned, thanks to you.
우리 쪽에서 실수한 거라 추가 수당을 받을 수도 없고 말이야.
Since it was a mistake on our part, we couldn't even get paid for the extra kills.
에이, 또 재미없게 군다. 마지막에는 결국 자기가 제일 신나서 방방 날뛰어놓고서는.
Come on, don't be such a killjoy. You're the one who went on the biggest rampage in the end.
맥켈린이 근육통으로 고생하는 것도 다 너 말리려다가 그런 거잖아.
Maka's muscles are all sore because he had to try hard to calm you down.
그건 미안하다 생각하고 있다니까.
Oh, well, I said I'm sorry about it.
그렇게 신경 쓸 필요 없어. 나도 너희에게 몇 번 신세 졌으니까.
No need to sweat it. I owe you guys a few things too.
인정하기 싫지만 이번에는 태인 말이 맞아.
I hate to admit it, but Tyene has a point.
우리 모두 어느 정도 성질을 죽여야 할 필요가 있어.
We also try to cool down our temper a little.
해결사로 일하는 한 필요 이상으로 일을 벌이는 건 좋지 않으니까.
As long as we're working as fixers, it's not good to raise more trouble than necessary.
살인 조직 출신이었던 우리가 사무소에 등록돼서 해결사 일이나 하고 있다니.
Now that's aesthetic. Former members of a killer syndicate now registered to an office and doing fixer work.
세상 일이 참 어떻게 될지 모르는 거라니까.
Life really is full of surprises, isn't it?
이 사무소도 참 별나. 우리 같은 애들을 받아주다니.
This office is a weird one too. I can't believe people like us are accepted.
대표가 말했잖아. 조직이 넘쳐나듯 사무소와 해결사들도 넘쳐나서 그만큼 더 개성이 있어야 살아남을 수 있다고.
Remember what the boss said. There are so many offices and fixers these days, so standing out from the others is the best way to survive in this industry.
복장 규정도 다른 사무소에 비하면 굉장히 자극적이지.
Our outfits are also quite radical compared to what other offices have.
그래서 우리같이 날뛰는 녀석들만 득실되잖아.
That's why it's filled with maniacs like us.
가능한 대상을 잔인하게 찢어놓고 잘 보이는 곳에 걸어두면 된다니까. 다들 신난 거지.
All we gotta do is kill the targets in the most gruesome way possible and hang their bodies out in the open. No wonder everyone's excited to join.
늘 하던 일이었으니까 뭐.
It's no different from what we've always been doing.
처음에는 무슨 사무소에서 이런 일을 하나 했는데
At first, I thought it was crazy that an office will do this kind of work.
상대에게 위협과 경고를 보내는 역할을 해줘야 한다니까 납득은 돼.
But
실제로도 꽤 먹히는 것 같고.
But I guess threatening targets and sending them a warning makes enough sense. It seems to be working well too.
그래도 아직은 뜨내기 조직이나 돈 없는 녀석들만 의뢰해서 말이야. 이 사무소 아직 갈 길이 멀어 보인단 말이지.
Though we've only been getting requests from no-name syndicates and poor folk, this office has a long way to go.
하긴 사무소라 하기에는 꼬리 쥐새끼들 모아놓은 것 같긴 하지.
It does feel more like a pack of rats than a proper office.
대표한테 호출이 왔어. 새로운 일이 있으니 돌아오라는군.
Got a message from the boss. Says we should drop by to get new work.
요즘 사무소는 저런 근본 없는 녀석들까지 쑤시고 다니는구만.
Even rascals like those can join offices these days, huh?
아주 그냥 포화 상태야. 개나 소나 해결사 일을 하고 있으니.
The whole market's a red ocean. Everyone wants to be a fixer.
그건 자기 얼굴에 침 뱉기가 아닌가 봐.
And that doesn't count as raking yourself over the coals
내가
because...
이래봬도 한때는 좀 잘 나갔거든.
Listen, I may not look it, but I used to be hot stuff, you know.
여러 가지 일이 있어서 밑바닥 인생이 됐지만
But then things happened and I fell to rock bottom.
그래서 너는 무슨 일로 먹고 살았어?
So what did you do for a living?
난 이것저것 안 가리고 다 했어. 능력에 맞는 일을 한 거지.
I did all kinds of stuff, really, doing things within my ability.
그래?
Is that so?
그러니까 제대로 된 일은 아무것도 하지 못했다는 거네?
That means you didn't get to do any proper work then.
와, 정말 눈뜨니 새로운 공간이네?
Wow, we really did teleport in the blink of an eye.
특이점인가 뭔가 하는 그런 건가?
Is this one of those singularities?
요즘에는 놀랄 일들이 많네.
Lots of surprises these days.
환영합니다, 손님.
Greetings, dear guests.
안녕?
Hi there.
뭐야? 굉장히 튼튼한데? 몸에 돈 좀 부었나 봐?
What the? She's pretty damn sturdy. How much did you spend on that bod?
벌써부터 그렇게 힘을 빼실 필요 없답니다, 손님.
There is no need to needlessly exhaust yourself, dear guest.
곧 전력을 다해 날뛰셔야 할 테니까요.
You'll need to rampage with all you have soon enough.
나긋나긋하게 말하는 거 기분 나빠.
I don't like your soft tone.
너 인간 아니지?
You're not human, are you?
어라? 표정 변했어. 정말 아닌가 본데?
Oh, look at her face now. Guess she really isn't.
또 놀랍군. 도시에서 인간 이외의 지성을 지닌 것을 만나는 건 정말 드문 일인데.
Yet another surprise. It's so rare to meet a sapient being that isn't human in this city.
그러게 말이야. 정말 돈 좀 될 일인 것 같다.
I know, right? We might get a ton of cash out of this.
당신의 책을 찾으실 수 있기를.
May you find your book in this place. Alright, I reckon we're ready. I suppose this battle is inevitable, as per usual. I'm fully prepared now. This doesn't scare me anymore. Now how will I smack that guy? Times 2. 18 health, jeez. You guys are kind of... That got me good. It didn't have anything to do with me, so why bother? I hate getting hurt, damn it. I don't feel any guilt from this. All I did is receive the guests with all my heart. I can't say I'm all too happy, but it's a victory that counts. Floors available 3. but there's only 2 floors. But yes, in multi-act fights, if a floor still has librarians alive, they can go again. And you can see here their relative health too, because this is full up, but this one has a bit taken down from the damage data. Let's see, are you guys also not human? Maybe I'll find out once I bust up every single one of you. I could easily dodge all your attacks with my hands in pockets, man. My body's still feeling sore. A shame I can't fight in my best condition. I suppose this battle is inevitable. Luck will be on my side, I'm sure of it. I promise to succeed. Any passes? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, let's see. Let's focus on McCullen, I think. Actually, hang on. You handle Naoki. You do McCullen. I know very well that my scorched body can't ever return to normal. I guess you'll get it, Malkuth. This light is my only hope. Ember. Max roll of the first die of pages with matchlight increases by 1 for each stack. The die inflicts burn equal to the stacks of Ember on a hit. If there are 4 or more stacks of Ember, explode after rolling the first die with a 25% chance, inflicting damage equal to the max roll value to self. Huh. I feel like that's different than before, because I remember it being a chance to just die outright, but I could be wrong. Take 2 less damage from attacks this scene. Okay. Okay, you'll handle you. You'll handle... Weird. I don't see the match light. Well, whatever. They got big good. This can't be happening. These fucks are strong. Damn it, I thought I could make it through this. That's what you get for standing around and taking all those hits to the face. You shouldn't have come here if you were going to be so amateurish. That was simple. The opponent was way too spotty. They did get me with a bleed, though. Gut harvesting. I still don't see the Ember. Weird. Oh? Was that it? I still don't see it. But ah well. They were predicting my moves. I swear that's different too, but I like this more. No emotions this time. Yoon's office representative, Rusty Hook, determined challenger. Neat.
이번에도 잘해줬어. 저 손님들 덕분에 사무소라는 곳에 대해 더 깊이 알 수 있을 것 같아.
Great work as always. I could learn more about the offices thanks to these guests.
그 뭐냐 녀석들이 했던 말 너무 신경 쓰지 마.
Don't get too bothered by what they said about you, alright?
지금 위로하는 거야?
Are you trying to console me?
위로라고 해야 하나. 네가 인간이든 아니든 난 별로 신경 안 써.
Maybe, maybe not. I don't really care if you're actually human or not, you see.
신선하네. 그런 위로를 들은 건 꽤 오래전 일이니까. 그것도 단 한 명한테만.
That's refreshing to hear. It's been quite a while since I heard such words of comfort from even one person too.
뭐 지금은 인간의 시대니까.
Well, we're in the age of humanity after all.
인간의 시대? 정확히 어떤 뜻이지?
Age of humanity. What does that mean exactly?
야야, 그렇게 쏘아봐도 말이지. 나도 빠삭하게 아는 것은 아냐.
Don't stare at me too hard now. I don't know all the details either.
인간도 아니면서 지성을 지닌 존재들은 도시에서 적극적으로 외곽에 몰아냈어.
At some point, intelligent or sapient beings that weren't human were actively driven out of the city into the outskirts.
정확한 이유는 모르겠지만 그 일환 중 하나로 인공지능 윤리 개정안 같은 것도 생겼고.
I'm not too sure why it took place, but the Artificial Intelligence Ethics Amendment was introduced as part of that movement.
감정과 욕망을 느낄 수 있는 그러니까 사람과 다를 바 없는 기계를 만들어내는 것은 진작에 가능했지만
It was already possible to create machines capable of feeling emotions and desires, actually. Those that are pretty much human, in other words.
바로 그 점이 문제였던 것 같아.
I guess that was the problem.
그래서 인공지능 윤리 개정안으로 기계는 물론 의체조차 인간과 유사하게 만들 수 없도록 지정한 거지.
Thanks to the AI Ethics Amendment, no machines could ever be made to resemble humans, including replacement bodies.
몇몇 예외가 있어 보이지만.
Though there seems to have been a few exceptions.
저들 말처럼 난 인간이 아닌 만들어진 기계야.
It's as they said, I'm no human, I'm a machine, an artificial being.
정확히는 내 설계의 원본인 인간이 있고 원본 내의 일부를 사용해서 만든 기계지.
To be precise, I was designed using a human as a template. Only a fraction of her brain was used in my creation.
의체도 아니라.
So it's not even a human brain resting in a robotic body.
의체 같은 것도 아닌 순수한 기계야.
Not at all. I'm purely a machine.
뇌를 사용했다며.
What about that fraction of human brain you mentioned?
원본 뇌의 전자 설계 복사본을 사용했을 뿐이지.
It was only an electronic copy of the map of her brain.
내 몸은 순수한 기계야.
My body is entirely composed of mechanical components.
왠지 그럴 것 같긴 했어.
I had a feeling.
그리고 세상 물정 잘 모르는 걸 보니까 밖도 못 본 채 갇혀 산 것 같고.
And it looks like you've been living under a rock your whole life, seeing how you're oblivious to the workings of the world.
그렇다면 조심 좀 해야 해. 특히 언젠가 이곳을 나갈 거라면 말이야.
You gotta be extra careful then, especially if you're planning to leave here someday.
넌 인간의 모습에 감정도 있고 욕구도 있는 지성체인 거로 봐서 완벽하게 윤리 개정안을 어기고 만들었겠지.
You're a sapient android with emotions and desires. Your existence is most likely a complete violation of the AI Ethics Amendment.
머리에서 그런 건 또 귀신같이 잡거든.
The head's scarily good at spotting anomalies like you.
이 머리는 도시 전체를 주무르는 음습한 놈들이야.
Oh, right. In case you don't know, the head is basically a bunch of shady creeps that rule over the entire city.
아마 만날 일은 전혀 없겠지만.
Though we probably won't ever get to face them. Oh dear.
아무튼 애초에 이 도서관이라는 장소 자체가 굉장히 위험해.
Anyways, this whole library is at a huge risk in the first place.
여기에 있는 사서들도 뭐랄까 인간이자 인간이 아닌 것처럼 보이니까.
The librarians over here also seem like they're humans, but not really human at the same time.
네 말대로야.
It's just as you say.
감정을 느낄 수 있도록 설계된 나는 까마득한 시간을 끝나지 않을 것 같이 반복하는 무대 위에서 보내야 했어.
I was designed to feel emotions, and I spent what felt like an eternity on a stage repeatedly performing a play that never seemed to end.
심지어 끝난 줄 알았지만 끝난 것도 아니었고 말이야.
And when I thought it was finally over, turns out it never really ended.
야, 널 설계하고 만든 놈들도 대단하다.
I gotta say, whoever created you must have really been something else too.
이유는 몰라도 머리에서 지정한 규칙을 어기는 건 보통 깡이 아니라면 저지를 수 없는데 말이야.
I don't know what motivated them, but breaking the rules designated by the head itself takes more than just guts.
결국 다 머리의 방식으로 처리될 뿐이거든.
No one can escape the head's enforcement.
네 말대로 다 죽었지.
They did all eventually die.
그래도 도서관은 안전할 거야. 안전할 수밖에 없는 곳이니까.
But the library will be safe. It has to be safe.
들어오는 것도 나가는 것도 자유롭지 못한 새장 같은.
It's like a birdcage. No one is free to enter, and no one is free to leave.
또 자기가 하지 말라고 해놓고 뜬구름 잡는 소리 하네. 무슨 말이야 그게?
Again with that dreamy speech you despise so much. What do you even mean by that?
언젠가 이곳을 나가서 날 이 꼴로 만든 모든 것에게 되갚아주고 자유를 얻을 거야.
I will leave this place one day, take revenge on all things that made me into what I am, and earn true freedom.
아무튼 난 별로 신경 안 써.
I don't care too much either way.
그건 그거고 이건 이거니까.
That's that, and this is this.
어디 보자. 이 친구는 2층의 지정사서 예소드.
Let's see.
기술과학 분야 서적의 담당이군.
Let's see. This guy's Yasod from floor 2, patron librarian of technological sciences.
안녕, 난 롤랑이야. 엔젤라의 시종이지.
Hey there, name's Roland, Angela's servant.
기술과학의 층을 담당하게 된 지정사서 예소드입니다.
I am Yasod, the patron librarian of the floor of technological sciences.
엔젤라와는 다른 차가운 시선이 느껴지는 건 착각이려나?
Is it just me, or is this a cold and piercing stare I'm sensing? Feels kind of different from Angela's, I gotta say.
뭐야?
But what now?
설마 너도 듣기 싫은 말 들으면 폭력으로 해결하는 타입이야?
Don't tell me. Are you one of those types that resort to violence when someone talks crap?
넥타이가 풀어졌군요.
Your necktie was loose.
고마워. 상냥한 친구였구만.
Oh, thanks. Guess you're a nice fellow after all.
엔젤라를 순순히 도와주는 이유가 무엇입니까?
Tell me, why do you comply with Angela's orders so meekly?
나야 뭐 도와주는 것 말고는 선택지가 없으니까.
Well, mostly because I have no choice but to help her.
말쿠트도 그렇고 너도 엔젤라가 마음에 들지 않는 거야?
Now that I think about it, Malkuth didn't seem too fond of Angela either. Is it a trend to dislike her or something?
당연하지 않습니까?
It's obvious that we wouldn't approve of her.
엔젤라는 우리의 소원을 마지막에 무참히 짓밟았습니다.
Angela, she utterly crushed our hopes at the very last moment.
복잡한 이야기인 것 같구만.
Sounds complicated.
그럼 넌 왜 사서로 일하고 있는 거야?
Why are you working for her as a librarian then?
그런 거래였습니다.
It was part of the deal.
거래라고?
A deal, huh?
도서관의 층이 잠겨 있고 사서들이 잠들었다고 하는 것도 그 거래라는 것과 관련이 있겠군.
I guess that deal is also why most of the floors of the library are locked off and the librarians there are asleep.
복잡한 이야긴 질색인데 그것도 감정적인 문제라면.
Boy, I am not a fan of convoluted stories, especially if it involves sentimental stuff.
어쨌든 너나 나나 엔젤라를 도와야 하는 거잖아.
Anyway, both you and I are obliged to help Angela now, aren't we?
그렇습니다.
That is true.
그럼 앞으로 잘 부탁해.
Let's give it our best shot then.
자.
Put her there.
뭡니까?
What is the meaning of this?
악수 몰라? 잘해보자는 의미의 악수.
A handshake, duh. Never tried it before? You know, the I look forward to working with you kind.
이왕 이렇게 된 거 인상 풀고 잘해보자고.
Come on, lighten up a little. If we can't avoid it, we might as well enjoy it.
말쿠트처럼 너에게도 책을 전달해주면 되는 거지?
I'm supposed to get you books like I do with Malkuth, right?
그렇습니다. 저는 그 중에서도 도시의 기술과학에 대한 책을 분류합니다.
Indeed, my role is to collect and sort books about the technological sciences of the city, specifically.
당신이 할 일과 제가 할 일은 명백하니 이쯤에서 돌아가 주시죠.
Since it's become clear that we are both well aware of our occupations, kindly take your leave now.
예. 안 그래도 그러려고 했습니다.
Fine, fine. I was about to anyway. Floor of Technological Sciences opened. You can now select the floor of Technological Sciences during reception. A patron librarian has awoken. A new assignment has been added. And we have reached the Urban Myth class. They do not have the time to think about the terror at the end of the song before the setting of the sun. Scene 2, Urban Myth.
뒤틀림에 대해 하나협회나 츠바의 일과에서 내려온 보고는 더 없나?
Location, Zwei Association, Southern Branch, Section 6. Any more reports on the distortion from the Hana Association or Zwei Section 1?
네, 아직 상황을 주시하는 중입니다.
None, sir. They're all observing the situation for now.
하지만 유효한 후보는 몇 개 있습니다.
They did nominate a number of likely suspects, however.
도시 질병인 꿈의 세탁소와 어제의 약속, 그리고 도시 전설인 톱니 교단 정도입니다.
So far, we have 2 urban plagues, Laundry of Dreams and Yesterday's Promise, and 1 urban legend, The Church of Gears.
이거 영 시원치 않구만.
The investigation hasn't been going too well, is it?
아, 그리고 이번에 도시 괴담으로 지정된 도서관이란 곳도 후보에 있습니다.
Oh, and the library, a recently appointed urban myth, is also on the list of possible sources.
위에서도 잡히는 게 없으니 마구잡이로 늘려대는군.
Ha, so even the higher-ups are clueless, aren't they? Seeing as they're throwing out random guesses now.
책 정리하는 것도 꽤 익숙해져가네.
I'm starting to get used to sorting out books now.
순순히 도와주는 이유가 뭐야?
Tell me, why are you helping me so submissively?
어? 네가 안 도와주면 날 죽여버린다면서.
What? Remember when you said you'll kill me if I don't cooperate? Because I sure do.
게다가 혼자서는 여기서 나갈 수도 없고.
And I can't leave here by myself either.
공포에 의해서 행동하는 사람이라고는 보이지 않는걸?
Though you don't appear to be motivated by fear.
난 꽤 많은 사람들이 공포에 사로잡혀 바닥을 기는 모습을 봐왔거든.
I've seen quite a lot of people crawl along the floor, stricken with fear and terror.
그런 예전 일들로 미루어 봐서 넌 단지 죽음이 두려워서 도와주는 것으로 보이지 않아.
Judging from my past observations, I doubt you're helping me simply because you're afraid of dying.
무슨 일을 해오던 거야?
What the hell were you doing in the past?
솔직히 말하자면 나도 이곳에서 알아가고 싶은 게 있어.
To be honest, I have a few things I want to know about this place too.
무엇을?
Such as?
넌 이 도시의 책을 모아감과 동시에 단 하나의 완전한 책을 얻을 것이라고 했지.
You said you want to get the one perfect book as you gather books about the city, right?
그렇다면 나도 그 과정에서 재밌는 것들을 경험해 볼 수 있을 것 같았거든.
I figured I could run into some fun experiences if I joined you on that journey.
어차피 지금 나가봤자 마땅히 할 일도 없어. 밑바닥 해결사 인생의 반복이지.
I don't have a lot to do out there anyway. I'd go back to being a washed-up fixer, scraping at the bottom of the barrel again.
그리고 무엇보다 나도 알아내고 싶은 것이 하나 있어.
And there is one thing I've been meaning to figure out more than anything else.
이곳에서 너의 일을 돕다 보면 알게 될 수 있지 않을까 기대하고 있거든.
I'm hoping I could maybe find an answer here one day if I stick around and help you out.
이해관계가 일치했다는 거네.
We have a coincidence of interests, I see.
그래. 내가 널 이용하는 만큼 너도 날 이용할 수 있지.
Sure, as much as I exploit you, you're free to make use of me.
하지만 조심해. 어설프게 이용했다가는 정말 죽을 수 있으니까.
Try to be careful about it, though. A careless attempt could seriously get you killed.
무슨 말을 그렇게 살벌하게 하냐?
Sheesh, you're being way too vicious with words.
전에 무슨 일이 있었길래 늘 날이 서 있는 거야?
Just what made you so sharp?
캐묻지 않는 게 좋을 거야. 이번에는 팔다리를 천천히 녹여줄 수 있으니.
You'd better not pry into my past any further. I already feel like slowly melting your limbs this time.
말을 못 하겠네.
Fine, jeez.
저 궁금한 게 있습니다. 질문 받습니까?
I have a question, ma'am. Do you take questions, ma'am?
뭔데? 가려서 묻도록 해. 경고는 했으니까.
What is it now? Make sure it's an appropriate question. I did warn you already.
이곳의 사서들은 대체 뭐야? 인간은 아닌 것 같고.
What's up with the librarians here? They don't really feel like real humans.
그렇다고 기계나 인조 생명체도 아닌 것 같은걸?
But they don't seem to be machines or artificial creatures either.
예전 이 시설에서 이용만 당해왔던 환상체라는 존재들과 직원들.
Entities called abnormalities and employees, both of which were thoroughly exploited by the facility that once stood upon where we are.
나와 다를 바 없는 존재들이야.
They're just like me in that sense.
인간으로부터 비롯된 채 한껏 이용당할 대로 이용당하고 버려졌지.
Originated from humans, taken advantage of, and abandoned once thrown out of use.
지금도 이용당하고 있는 것 같은데.
I don't know, what you're doing with them now still looks like exploitation.
망가져버렸어. 금방이라도 사라질 것 같이 옅어진 존재를 인간의 몸과 책으로 묶어두고 있을 뿐이지.
They were broken. They couldn't even sustain a stable form, and their existence was so fragile they could fade away at any moment. They're barely kept together as I've bound them to a physical body and a book.
내가 할 수 있는 건 나와 사설을 자유롭게 할 책을 찾는 것뿐이야.
All I can do for them now is to find the one book that will free me and the librarians.
사서들을 밖에 풀어둘 거라고?
You're going to release the librarians.
그러지 않고서야 나뿐만 아니라 너도 나갈 수 없을 텐데.
That's the only way for any of us to leave, you know.
너의 몸을 복구하는 데 있어서 같은 힘을 사용했으니까.
I use the same kind of power to reconstruct your body.
이것 하나만 기억해.
Just remember this.
손님들이 펼치는 수많은 책을 모으다 보면 결국 모든 게 담긴 단 하나의 책에 도달할 수 있다는 걸.
As we collect numerous books from our guests, we will eventually reach the one absolute book that contains everything. Wow, that cutscene lasted for a while. I like their idle poses, but it's a shame that we get rid of them basically immediately. And sure enough, we now have a new tier. Canard, Urban Myth. Let's see. You'll take a Yoon's page for now. Let's see. I'll take Dodge and Strike. You only live once. A gut harvesting, a dried up, a struggle, and 2 endure. Well, actually, no, you should get the newest stuff, so... Honestly, it's a bit all over the place. Luckily, though, I don't have to re-equip all the books, I just have to de-equip the pages, so... We'll go to here, e-page, unequip, 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 unequip. Where's yes? Oh, here. Unequip. Equip. 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 She lost height because of the outfit. That's funny. Equip. And equip. I think if you equip an empty key page and forget to equip any combat pages, you just get all of the standard key pages. You may not... I don't actually remember what they are, but you know, all the key pages, focus strikes and all that. Check equipped status? Interesting. Alright, let's keep going. Here. You can now send general invitations. General invitations are sent to unimportant guests who won't lead the plot. However, they can be resources to help grow the library. Take the following steps, 1 and 2 below, to send a general invitation. Step 1. Choose any books you'd like to register as your books of the day by clicking on an empty register book slot. Can be any amount or grade. Putting in a combination of books that is used for a red invitation, story characters will invite the matching guests instead. Step 2. Press send to invite the guests. And here the example they use is a Book of Naoki, Book of Tain, and Hook Office Volume 1, which I realize now I haven't had the chance to burn yet. In the case of general invitations, the types of guests that take interest will depend on the value of books you register. Let's burn some books. To an Aokui's page to a Hook Office Fixer page. Yep, but few books, but few other key pages. Well, time to get back into it. Invitation, Hook Office. Alright, burn these books. Hopefully that should be the rest of them. Nope, we're still missing a tie-in page. One more go. Alright, burn books. Huh, didn't get any more McCullen books, but I suppose that's fine. Always want to keep one behind. Finally. Alright, let's see. What kind of books are these? Huh, looks like... Is this the Glow of Limited? It's so hard to tell. I think so. Yes, I do think so. Passive abilities: Hook. Upon defeating an enemy, gain 1 strength. Next scene. I suppose I'll grab that. Alright, since we have a new bundle, let's go ahead and start stripping these guys. Key pages. No. Empty bookshelf, unequip. 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 Alright, Tyene's page. Combat page. Oh yeah, because they're not urban myth. Rampage, huh? Suppose I'll take it. And a commandeering. I love You Only Live Once, but it hasn't failed on me yet, so I'm really hesitant to get rid of it. But it is basically gambling. Mutilate. Fend this off if you can. 2 endure. And 3 charge up. Oops. Alright, that's everyone equipped. Alright, let's go ahead and try a general invitation. What was the example they used, I believe? Manual. Book of Naoki, Book of Tane, Book Office Volume 1. Alright, let's see what we get. An unexpected guest. Send a general invitation. Backstreet's Butchers, huh? Very interesting. Don't you wonder what you'll spill if I cut you open with this thing? What are those? They do look like ingredients, but it will naturally be harder to aim for weak points if you wield your weapon too recklessly. Actually, I should probably face the fastest. Please do not panic. I want you to stay focused on the battle. Weak ingredients like these tend to be tough to chew too. I want to get back and enjoy some hot meat. Okay, that's good, because I didn't actually check to see if it allowed more than 2 floors. You have to check stuff like that. All I'm seeing is a herd of scaredy little pigs. Huh. Alright, let's kill him. To burn all things that are bright to ashes. To think that I turn into a book. This feels so icky and awful. Don't care if you're on my side, I'm the one who's getting the meat. Never thought I'd be the victim. That guy died. That guy died. Not saddening, though. A Guide to District 23. Dark Alleys of the Backstreets, Volume 1. And 2 more. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and burn these books. A Hook Office Fixer, page 2. That's... what? That's not even a page you can get. Are there hidden books like this? I'll have to see about that in the future, I suppose. But for now, let's burn these books. And I didn't even get it. Dang it. Well, it doesn't feel right, but I am getting close to time, so... I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Alright, I'm gonna cut here and then see if there's anything else I might be able to get. And then I'll go ahead and do a final reading. Or maybe I won't cut here. Either way though, let's get going. Let's see. Backstreet Butchers. Huh. Interesting. Urban Myth Class Syndicate. Book Fixer and Backstreet's Butchers. Alright. Floors available, 2. In this case, I won't mess around. I'll just go straight for them. When a shooting star falls from the sky, it means someone went to heaven. I wonder whose star that is. Jeez, that was way closer than it had any right to be. Nice, though. Alright, burn books. Hook Office Volume 2. That explains it. Alexandria Simulator. Burn 100 books in total. Alright, with that we should have every book, so let's read. Credenza, books, Canard, since I don't have any urban myth. Oh, we do, but I won't read those until the next video. Hang on. Yeah, I definitely... Hook Office Remnants. I see. So they're technically their own thing. But do they seriously not have... Yeah, they're nowhere else. Dang, so I did that for nothing, quote unquote, but I still got the pages, so it's fine. Alright, let's read. A Hook Office Fixer, page 1. Back when we were still part of the Killer Syndicate, we got a client asking us to hunt some crazed syndicate. They were shaking like a drenched rat as they came in. I suppose they were scared of places like this. They asked us to catch the wicked criminals kidnapping people in the parts of the streets they live in. We had one question though. It's nice that they're giving us a job, but why ask a syndicate like ours instead of going to the ZYIE or other offices that are better suited for handling public safety issues? And they said they did try to request an office at first with the money raised by their neighbors, but then the office asked for a ridiculous sum of money, claiming that there's much preparation they need to take before they can uproot a whole syndicate. Poor fellow begged for help, but the office personnel didn't even flinch. Well, money is the only thing that gets fixers moving, so that's understandable, and I think their friend recommended us to them while they were looking for another way, if I remember it right. Introduced us as a trustworthy syndicate, so they came all the way to our hideout. Trustworthy syndicate. It's a shame, really. I can still remember the client's head staring daggers at me, hanging from the top of a power pole. The syndicate paid us more cash. What could I do about it? We don't write official contracts or anything, so the highest bidder gets our favor. No use glaring at me like that, pal. We were told by our new client to hang their head and guts out in the streets to make an example of them. Those sick fucks even use some kind of singularity to keep him alive. Poor bastard. Should have requested an office in the first place somehow. Naoki's page. There's a huge variety of workshops. As diverse as syndicates and fixers are, weapons need individuality to stand out in this day and age. Old-fashioned swords or guns won't stand a chance against modern weapons loaded with new technology, I bet. From cheap and common gear to bionic equipment like the ones Tyane's using, to equipment with ridiculous abilities that's almost indistinguishable from magic. Don't get too hyped though. More options means you need to be more cautious about choosing the right one for you. If you had the time and money, you could buy them all and test them out at your leisure. But we have neither, do we? Don't just buy the things others recommend without doing your own research, though. That's one of the stupidest things you could do. Might fit them, but that doesn't necessarily mean you'll have a good time with it. Still confident that you can wield them well? Get real, buddy. Workshop equipment is not your average weaponry. So before you choose your weapon, observe others carefully. See if any workshop products might suit you. Having keen eyes is all part of our skills. Guess why people choose us in our office out of all the tough fixers out there. You'll be left for last. McCullen's page. It's not entirely impossible for a syndicate member to engage in fixer work or vice versa. It's a pretty common occurrence, actually. If you have the skills to back yourself up, multiple organizations will make sweet offers to recruit you. What matters the most here is the relationships you've built. Your fate depends on the things you've done, or karma, in other words. We didn't start out as fixers at the beginning. No, we were in fact part of a homicidal syndicate. Let's just see how intimidating we look. We used to be Murder for Hire in District 23, who was a small syndicate ran by Naoki I and a few others, but our influence started to expand bit by bit since the young and talented Tyane joined us. Our current boss was originally the representative of an office we raided. They visited us once they heard that we shredded their fixers brutally and hung their ragged corpses on the streets like scarecrows. Seldom said they'll need people like us. I thought they were just freaky with weird taste, but looking back, now I get why they chose us. It's a strategy. Each office does all kinds of sensational stunts to attract the attention of potential clients in this oversaturated market. They hold radical events such as pay for one request, get one for free, or group weapons into different grades and offer a free exchange for one of their most expensive ones, and the gullible clients fall for it. They don't know how much more that 1+1 deal actually costs, or how it has limitations on the grades of requests you can make. They don't bother looking up to check if the top grade weapons are in fact used ones. Seems our boss didn't want to add lies to this industry that's already full of filthy schemes, but they still had to catch people's eyes somehow, and this is the result. Hire guys like us and proudly advertise it. Fixers from a former killer syndicate will tear things up for you. You can count on us. Hang up a slogan like this, people get hooked up, if that suits their taste, that is. Tyane's page. How's my new weapon? Isn't it sick? Union Co. is a go-to workshop brand for ready-made bionic weapons and equipment. Their prices are pretty reasonable compared to most procedures and workshop weapons too. On top of superb performance, you can replace or attach them easily without having to worry about allergies, so it's pretty damn handy, you see? Oh, bionic equipment is pretty simple. It's like a weapon you attach to your body. It's not at all scary or dangerous, though it could feel a bit awkward when you use it for the first time. In my case, I accidentally ripped Naoki's clothes while walking by, and cut my own cheek when I flailed it out of frustration. But now that I've gotten used to it, I feel as if I have 3 hands. If you have trouble finding the perfect procedure or a weapon for you, try bionic equipment. I guarantee it's good. Alright, that'll be all from us today. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I do hope to see you next time. I'll give it away to the outro guy. Alright, I had a lot of fun there. I was somewhat disappointed at the realization that not every key page has its own little blurb in the credenza section. But, well, that said, it was wonderful to get back into this, especially since the last time I was here, I didn't have proper equipment. But I say that, and it's literally just a microphone. But still, I did appreciate doing it right, so to speak. That said, I really underestimated just how long these cutscenes took. I mean, sure, they naturally took a bit longer because I'm able to read them out this time, and I do know that you'd rather hear me read them than leave them alone. But still, it was somewhat surprising just how long that took. Like, I'd have to check to be sure, but I feel like that last one took like 20 minutes. That said, I don't need to tell you Ruina is a marvelous game. I'm still not looking forward to those difficulty spikes, but until then, let's have a good time, shall we? Life is meant to be enjoyed, at least as much as you can afford to. Alright, that'll be all for me today. Carmen, go ahead and sign us out. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Until next time.